What happened when you were caught that first time?
So I was caught. I got 3 years probation. I took the probation.
What does that involve?
Initially, it was such a slap on the hand, on the wrist.
Were you allowed to still practice
No,
being
well, okay, so I wasn't. I couldn't own the mortgage company anymore.
Mhm.
That was a good question because, you would think, wouldn't it be great if I could keep on going? But what they said was, you have to forfeit your brokerage, your broker's license and your brokerage business license. And what I did was I transferred my brokerage business license to a guy that essentially bought my business. They allowed me to work as a consultant in the mortgage industry, because they went, they go, my lawyer goes to the judge and says, what else can he do? So, and so I have a friend, his name's Dave Walker. He was a CPA. He came in and he bought my business and he paid me like $9,000 a month. And that covered my bills. My wife and I got divorced. So she's my ex-wife. And I don't know what to do, right? Like I could, and I always say, I could have you look back and it's like, I could have claimed bankruptcy. I could have moved into my parents' spare room, something like that. But, cause I lost everything in my divorce. I had huge child support payment. Not that has anything to do with my ex-wife. Like I absolutely signed up for that. Like I wanted to pay that. But it was a chunk of change, So we're talking about a couple $1,000s a month for child support. She got all of the apartments that we had. We had about $1.5 million worth of apartments, which isn't a lot now, but that's probably $5 or $6 million now. So she got all the apartments. So she got everything. So now I'm sitting here like I can't be a mortgage broker. I can get my $9,000, but I have to help this guy run this company, train people, do that sort of thing. So what I decided to do was I was going to start flipping houses.
Legitimately or not?
Well, initially I thought about doing it legitimately, right? But at the same time, I was also in the middle of figuring out how to make these synthetic identities. So I'm making the payments every month, remember? 2 months in, 3 months, no credit scores, no credit scores, no credit scores. And I'm also saying I'm going to start buying houses, renovate them, sell them. So the truth is we actually renovated probably one house completely. I remember it was on 26th Street. We renovated the house completely.
On the outside and the inside?
Yeah, outside, inside. It's done. It's good.
Okay, great.
Me and this guy, actually Dave Walker, the guy that bought my business. So we renovate it, and it just so happens at the same time I go to pull credit one day, and wow, 700 plus credit scores. And I went, we don't have to sell this thing at all. Like I can sell it and put it in this guy's name and let him refinance it. And so that's what we did. I ended up selling it to this synthetic identity.
Do you remember the first synthetic identity, the name?
The first one was a Joel Cologne.
Yeah.
And then I started getting creative because the ones after that, I started naming. Well, so I had like Joel Cologne and an Alan Duncan. But then do you remember the movie Reservoir Dogs? Mm-hmm. So I started naming the characters after guys in the Reservoir Dogs. So I had a James Red, I had a Michael White, Lee Black. Mm-hmm. I had a William Blue, David Silver, Brandon Green. So then I start developing these guys. Now I thought, oh, forget those normal names. I'm going with the Reservoir Dogs, and I thought it was so cute too.
You think in retrospect that was a mistake?
It was so stupid. That was just there's so many things, so many mistakes I made. I mean, within the fraud, there are mistakes I made, but other than just the overall committing fraud. But it was just like I thought it was so cute, and then you get in front of the judge. And the judge is hearing about the Reservoir Dogs and Mr. Green and Mr. Black, Mr. White, Mr. this, Mr. that. And he's looking at me just like, you jackass. Like, and what am I saying? I'm like, yeah, I thought that was cute. But nothing's cute. So, plus I'm making fake banks.
What's the purpose of the fake banks?
Well, sometimes you have to have your down payment in the bank, right? So they want 3 months worth of bank statements to see that, hey, he's got his $50,000 in the bank. And then the more properties you buy, they start to want to see what's called reserves. They want to make sure that you can pay all your mortgage payments. If this guy loses his job, can this guy maintain all these mortgage payments for the next 6 months? And so they do that and they think you're going to go, oh, no, he can't do it. They go, well, then we won't lend it. Well, when they do that to me, I go, of course I do. Of course he's got it. Let me send you over the bank statements. Oh, you want to call the bank? Call them.
So there's a phone number, there's a website.
Yes, you can call. We'll get on there. I'll do the whole, and hold on. Okay, what's the name again? Do you have the account number? Hold on. You wait a little bit. You come out. Oh, okay. I got it here. I can't tell you the exact amount right now, but what is what was his balance last month? And they tell. Oh, yep. That's it. Exactly. Okay. Thank you. Click.
Would you do different voices, or would you be?
No, I've done different voices, or I just have somebody else do it. Gretchen would have done it, or one of the brokers, Susan would have done it. One of the brokers that worked for me, or Kelly, or Johnny Moon. I have so many guys, and they just get on the phone and they do it because they're all doing something fraud, and we're all working together. So, hey, I need you to call this guy. I need you to call this guy and verify this. And say, oh, what? I'm at the bank. Okay, I'm at the bank. Okay, cool. And they call back. And
does this feel like an organized system, or was it more improv, just like dealing with the different situations?
The government would definitely say it was organized. I would say it was. You're just a bunch of guys. It's. You're joking around with everybody, and you're helping each other, and it's not like everybody's kicking up to Tommy.
Yeah.
So
and then all these new puzzles come up, and you figure out ways to solve these puzzles.
You go in and you say, hey, I've got this loan. I need to get this loan. And this guy's trying to buy this house, and I need a loan that looks like this. Where can we go? And by the way, they cannot order a copy of his tax returns. So you don't want to have to sign what's called a 4506. So they're like, oh, okay, listen, so-and-so's got a program that, and you go back and forth, but you have to have this much in reserves, but you got the bank, right? Yeah, I got the bank. I could do that. So you go in and you throw it out there to 5 or 6 guys, and you're going to come up with an answer.